What happens when a politician's most inspiring origin story begins to fall apart, not under political attack, but under the weight of facts? That's the growing controversy surrounding Kemi Badenoch, the leader of the Conservative Party, and her repeated claim that she was offered a partial scholarship to study medicine at Stanford University when she was just 16 years old. If you're new to the Reset 360, this is where we break down the big political stories with clarity, evidence, and critical analysis. If you value honest reporting, make sure to like this video, subscribe, share, and drop a comment below with your thoughts.
Badenoch's story is compelling. As she tells it, while still a teenager in Nigeria, she achieved high SAT scores that led Stanford to offer her a place to study medicine, alongside a partial scholarship. It's a tale of prodigious talent, blocked by circumstance and an underperforming British education system. But the more this story is examined, the more it begins to crumble. An investigation by Jessica Elgot, political editor at The Guardian, published on the 31st of August 2025, uncovered several glaring inconsistencies in Badenoch's account. We've also included a screenshot of that article here in the video. Source: The Guardian, the 31st of August 2025. Used under fair use for commentary and public interest reporting. In that piece, Elgot interviewed Dr. Jon Reider, the former Stanford admissions officer responsible for international students at the time Badenoch would have applied. His response was unequivocal. Stanford does not offer undergraduate medical degrees. Medicine in the United States is studied at postgraduate level, following a full undergraduate degree in another field. At best, students may pursue a science course with a pre-med track, but Stanford does not offer pre-med as a formal degree. Reider also explained that partial scholarships were not offered to international students at the time. Stanford's policy was to offer a limited number of full scholarships to students from abroad, and even those were rare. He specifically remembered a handful of successful applicants from South Africa and Kenya, but no offers made to Nigerian applicants, and certainly not on the basis of SAT scores alone. To understand how implausible this claim really is, let's listen to part of the discussion between Jessica Elgot and James O'Brien on LBC, where they break down why the story doesn't add up. Source: LBC with James O'Brien, Jessica Elgot interview, the 31st of August 2025, used under fair use for commentary, analysis, and educational purposes. Now watch this.
Even I knew, and I haven't followed her career with great enthusiasm, Jessica, that Kemi Badenoch had been offered a place, indeed a scholarship, at Stanford University to study medicine when she was a mere stripling of 16 years old.
She received an offer for a partial scholarship, is what she described it as, when she was 16, on the basis of her SAT result. In the US, medicine is by and large a graduate degree, so you can't do it unless you've already got an undergraduate degree.
As you just heard, the narrative Badenoch has told simply does not match the facts. The course she claimed to be admitted to does not exist. The kind of scholarship she described did not exist. The admissions officer in question does not recall offering her a place. And yet, no clarification, apology, or documentation has been provided. Just a continued insistence that her version is true. And this raises a very serious question, not just about personal history, but about public integrity. Kemi Badenoch has built her political reputation on honesty, directness, and demanding accountability from others. She has criticized political opponents for resume inflation, for misleading CVs, and for playing fast and loose with the truth. But when scrutiny turns to her own story, the response is silence and defiance. Is this the standard we should accept from the leader of the Conservative Party? Should someone who may one day become Prime Minister of the United Kingdom be allowed to shape their public image around stories that fall apart under basic journalistic questioning? The issue here is not just a questionable anecdote from long ago. It's a pattern. Badenoch has repeatedly dismissed the idea of institutional racism in Britain. She has accused anti-racist campaigners of pushing white guilt and promoting division. But when convenient, she has spoken of the vicious racist abuse she receives, much of it from her own political base. One moment, racism is overstated. The next, it's real and personal. This isn't clarity, it's convenience. The message shifts depending on the audience. Then there's her statement in 2023 about Nigerian citizenship. She claimed her children could not inherit Nigerian nationality because, under Nigerian law, citizenship could not pass through the mother. This is false. Under Section 25 of the Nigerian Constitution, children born abroad can acquire citizenship through either parent. This was confirmed by legal experts in both Nigeria and the UK. For a woman who often champions the importance of national identity and rule of law, such a basic misrepresentation of citizenship rules is troubling. If a future Prime Minister misstates facts about her own legal nationality and repeats a story that contradicts university policy, what else might she misrepresent once in office? These are not isolated gaffes. They point to a broader concern: the reliability of her judgment, her memory, and her truthfulness. And in politics, especially at the level of national leadership, that matters. Let's also ask why this story hasn't dominated the headlines. When Labour's Angela Rayner was accused of financial or housing irregularities, the press was relentless. But when a Conservative leader makes a claim this significant, and this questionable, most of the British media shrugs. Why? Is there a bias in how political figures are scrutinised? Or is it simply that Badenoch's leadership still feels too new, too uncertain, to warrant full exposure? Whatever the reason, the public deserves consistency. Because this isn't just about Kemi Badenoch's past. It's about what kind of leadership the Conservative Party is offering the country. And whether we, as voters, are willing to accept a carefully crafted narrative in place of the truth. So, what do you think? Is this a simple case of misremembered details from years ago, or a deeper problem of credibility?
If you found this breakdown useful or thought-provoking, please like the video, share it, and drop your comment below. Do you believe Kemi Badenoch is fit to lead the Conservative Party, let alone become Prime Minister, with these kinds of contradictions in her record? And don't forget to subscribe to the Reset 360 for more fact-based political commentary and analysis. Until next time, break, analyze, inform.